Ambush Make a Meal. Hi, and welcome to the very first episode of Ambush Make a Meal. My name is Sam Thompson.
And I'm Magnus, and this isn't your ordinary cooking show.
We've taken home cooking to the next level.
We randomly ambushed a couple of our friends' houses and made them a meal using only the ingredients found in their kitchen.
What you see is what you get, and now, onto the first segment.
We're here in New Berlin, Wisconsin.
And we are here on part of Ambush Make a Meal. And we're going to ambush the one and only Patrick Higgins.
A recent college grad with a full-time job who happens to still live at home.
And he doesn't know a thing about cooking. So we're going to go teach him a thing or two. Let's go.
Ambush Make a Meal.
Hey guys. Hi, my name is Pat Higgins. I'm 22 years old and I'm an architect.
Welcome to the kitchen.
We are here at Ambush Make a Meal in Pat's kitchen, about to make a meal
Pat, would you kindly step out of the way?
and give us free reign to your kitchen.
Alright.
I'll take the fridge. You take any cupboards. Okay, we just ambushed Pat's parents' kitchen and we've put together a few items that we think can make a meal. First off, for an appetizer, we got a green bean casserole.
Second, I'll be making chicken bacon enchiladas with a side of rice and green chilies.
Let's make a meal!
Now we've got some green onions here, and they're not in the best shape, but I think we can salvage them. Cut off the tips, the ends, and then your money.
What I'm doing here is I'm just slowly defrosting the chicken in a bucket of water, or in a pot of water, on top of the stove, set on low.
So our recipe for the powder of enchilada mix calls for 8 ounces of tomato sauce, but I recommend using these grape tomatoes that we found. Much fresher and easier. For these, we'll probably just cut them quarters, hope that they juice up a little bit to create their own sauce.
40 cents and enough for cigarettes. Go insane, take drag release. I feel my eyes in the back of my ground. Drowning in the sea.
Got 1.5 cups of water along with this small packet of sauce. Make sure you get everything out. I recommend fresh garlic, but comes with the territory sometimes. So a few scoops of these. Now we're going to set this on a pan on the oven for about 5 minutes on medium heat.
We don't hardly have any green beans at all.
We found something wonderful in the cabinet of food, chopped green chilies. These go great in enchiladas. The sauce is getting to a nice warm temperature, but you're going to want to let it simmer for about 5 minutes. That's why I've switched burners to get this one a little hotter.
Potato casserole? Green bean potato. We're going to attempt to make this a little... It's a little bit of a twist on the classic green bean casserole dish. Got my French onions, which is what initially inspired me. The cream of mushroom, another essential ingredient. And then, of course, you use the green beans, black pepper, and milk. Well, this is the only little bit of green beans I could find. So, I need something more of a filler. Normally you use two 14.5-ounce cans, this size. Well, this is my filler. Whole, new potatoes. They're not old. They're canned, but they're new. New potatoes. So it's going to be basically a green bean, potato, casserole dish. The sauce of cream of mushroom, topped with some French's onions.
I'm going to add half of my cans of green chilies now, and the other half will cook with the chicken and bacon. Since the chili's already cooked, they don't need much to warm up. I know I cheated a little, but don't tell Sam. Dehydrated habanero and red peppers. They're wonderful.
We're over here cutting some of the canned potatoes. I myself have never ever used canned potatoes. I always use fresh, usually red potatoes. I've mixed the canned potatoes, green beans, cream of mushroom soup, a little bit of milk, some black pepper, into two separate little casserole dishes because that's all I could find. And we're going to bake these in Pat's oven at 350 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes. Is that 350?
Alright, so when your bacon gets to a nice pink, not quite brownish level, you're going to want to take it off the heat, drain the fat. I like to do that with paper towels. The reason for not letting it crisp, by the way, is because we're going to put it back in the oven for another 15 to 20 minutes inside the enchiladas. After draining our bacon, we're going to want to leave a little bit of the fat left because that'll help our chicken get a little browner on the outside. To help degrease my pan, I like to add a little white wine. So I will add about 2.5 tablespoons.
We have rice that takes 20 minutes. We have rice that takes 10. Start the 20-minute rice 10 minutes before the 10-minute rice.
Now that our chicken is searing, we can add the chilies. As you can see, after we're done with our chicken, we like to dice it up real nice and fine. Now, newly combined, back to our pan. 2, 3 to 4 scoops, depending on how you want your chicken meat flavored, of our sauce. The rest of the sauce we'll leave for the exterior of each enchilada.
Here you got your green bean, potato, mushroom casserole.
Put it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Uncovered. I believe our enchiladas are done. And that looks absolutely beautiful, folks. Sam?
Looks very appetizing. I'm very proud of this make a meal session.
These are our chicken, bacon, enchiladas with green chilies, tomatoes, and enchilada sauce with a nice amount of blended cheese, onion, spiciness, and a whole lot of flavor.
Thanks for the ambush making meal, guys.
No problem, Pat.
Sam, that was one of our most successful ambush making meals.
I agree. I'm very proud. I think it deserves a ambush high five.
east side in the River West neighborhood.
And we're about to ambush our friend Steve, who's been living on his own for about 5 years now.
He lives on a minimal budget and may not have much for us to work with.
But what you see is what you get. So let's make a meal. Steve, you're on ambush, make a meal.
Steve Doe, 22 years old, student at UWM, and I'm a janitor.
We have just ambushed Steve Doe, and we're about to make a meal. Steve, are there any items in your kitchen we should avoid and not use?
Yeah, box of couscous, box of rice, and a block of cheese.
Alright.
Well, why don't you make way for us? Sam, are you ready to make a meal?
Let's do it. So we've just ambushed Steve's kitchen, and I think we've got a few selections picked out.
I think I'll be starting with a meat pie of some sort. And the fillings should be ground beef, Polish sausage, corn, and a base of potatoes.
And I think I'll follow up with a dessert of sorts, which will be, I will describe it as a blueberry topped Rice Krispie treat.
Let's get to it, Sam.
Let's do it up.
Carrots. We're going to brown the beef first. And this is our bacon bean soup we're using as a base that we'll add mashed potato flakes to make our gravy.
I am browning this meat. All I did was thaw it out in the microwave for about 15 minutes on defrost, and threw it in the pan on high.
You're going to want to take precaution when taking things out of the hot microwave. The potential for being burned is very high. Hold on, here.
Where did you get? Alright.
Carrots, corn, bacon bean soup with venison, beef, milk, butter, salt, pepper, seasoned to taste. I'm making breadcrumbs out of 3 pieces of wheat bread, just by cubing them.
Well, right now I'm just melting some butter. I figured it could help in cooking down the frozen blueberries a little bit. This is a make a meal first for me, but we'll see how it turns out. Can't be that bad.
Now our breadcrumbs are ready to go in the oven for about 10 minutes on 350. Just a guesstimate.
I'm adding honey into this mixture of blueberries and butter and water in hopes of thickening a little bit, along with adding a natural sweetener.
So it's been 15 minutes. Let's check our breadcrumbs. You're going to want to look for a nice hard texture.
I just put a little bit of sugar in the blueberries for, oh no, just another sweetener. I'm going to add the butter first. Let that melt a little bit before I add these really old marshmallows.
You're going to want to fill the layer. Get as much meat in there as you can, because it is a meat pie. We're going to put our pie into the oven and continue to bake it on a sheet for 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh, I just added the Rice Krispies to the marshmallow and more heavy butter mixture. And I'm cooking them on low still. They're probably just about done. I'll turn them off. Go a couple final stirs. I like the consistency.
Just to burn her doubts, yeah, she's waiting for the end of the world.
I'm actually trying to roll up this blueberry and Rice Krispie treat concoction. It's not working very well. Wrapping up this dessert in some tin foil in hopes of salvaging its original shape. As you can see, the whole thing was falling apart due to an uneven Rice Krispie crust.
And look at that. The topping is getting a nice crusty golden brown.
Hey guys, this is my roommate Andy. And when you come to our house, you get a true taste of Wisconsin. What do we have tonight, Steve? We have a cow that was born and raised in Neenah, Wisconsin, named Fred Astaire, who was personally known by some of us here. And we're going to eat him.
And the Polish sausage is actually venison from a deer that my dad shot.
Enjoy.
Get my burrito out here. Check it out. The blueberry dessert burrito. I was thinking about using some of this ground cinnamon we found way deep in the back of Steve's cupboard.
Just to burn her doubts, yeah, she's waiting for the end of the world.
22 and a half minutes. A little quicker than I thought, but we're ready to pull this thing out. Notice the color and texture on top.
When we started out, I wasn't such a beat last. We both had trouble forgetting our past.
So to recap today's meal, we're here at Steve Doe's house. We've rummaged through the cupboards, we've rummaged through the refrigerator. And I've come up with an idea for this double meat pie with venison and ground beef, carrots, bean soup, and mashed potatoes with our homemade bread croutons,
I believe that's wheat bread, isn't it?
wheat bread croutons. For you, Sam?
I decided to whip up a sort of dessert piece. As you can see, I'd call it a fruity dessert burrito. It's mostly sauteed old frozen blueberries we found in the freezer, way in the back, mixed with a impromptu Rice Krispie treat crust. Threw it in the freezer for a little while, let it solidify, took it out, cut it up, dolloped it with sour cream and some more cinnamon. Boom, there you go. What you see is what you get. Give me a little bit more on the front.
Whoa. It's like a party in my mouth. Sam swears by it. Oh. Oh man, that's actually really good.
Thanks again, Ambush. Make a meal.
Anything to keep a friend fed.
Exactly.
Now, we would like to thank you for watching our show. Just remember, home cooking will never be the same.
Here at
Ambush Make a Meal.
Ambush Make a Meal.